When was it time to stop being Mr. Nice Guy? My girlfriend Andrea came home from her dream job interview completely destroyed. She'd been unemployed for 6 months after getting laid off, burning through savings, rejecting my offers to help with rent because she's too proud. This marketing director position at Morrison Tech was everything she'd worked toward. The interview went perfectly for 2 hours. They loved her portfolio, her ideas, even talked salary numbers. Then Derek Morrison, the CEO's son, walked in, told the other interviewers they could leave, that he'd handle the final evaluation personally. The moment that door clicked shut, Andrea knew she was in trouble. Derek leaned against it, blocking her exit, and told her she was definitely qualified. But this industry was about personal relationships and trust. He moved closer, said his father always gave him final approval on marketing hires, especially the attractive female candidates. Andrea tried to leave, but he grabbed her wrist, pulled her back, said if she wanted this job, she'd need to show appreciation right there on his desk. Andrea kneed him and ran, but Derek called her phone before she even reached the parking lot, told her his family owned half the tech companies in the state, and if she breathed a word about their misunderstanding, he'd make sure every HR department knew she was unstable and fabricated sexual harassment claims. I'd never seen Andrea look so broken. She kept saying maybe she misread the situation, maybe she overreacted. That's what guys like Derek count on, making women question their own reality. I held her while she sobbed, feeling rage build in my chest like nothing I'd ever experienced. This entitled piece of garbage thought he could destroy the woman I loved and face zero consequences because of his daddy's money. Derek had no idea who he was messing with. I wasn't some corporate drone he could intimidate. I was a freelance investigative videographer who'd spent 3 years documenting corruption for local news stations. The next morning, I started digging. Public records showed Morrison Tech had settled 4 sexual harassment lawsuits in 2 years, all sealed, all involving Derek. The company's Glassdoor reviews were full of deleted posts about inappropriate executive behavior. I created a fake marketing portfolio and applied for a position, specifically requesting Derek for the final interview. I wore a hidden camera setup I'd used for undercover stories, micro cameras in my shirt buttons, audio recorders in my watch. Derek was suspicious at first, but when I mentioned I'd heard about Andrea's outburst and that I understood how business really worked, he relaxed. Within 20 minutes, he was bragging about his conquests and demonstrating exactly what he'd done to Andrea. He even showed me photos on his phone, pictures he'd secretly taken of other women during interviews, zoomed in on their bodies, with disgusting captions. This wasn't just harassment, it was systematic predation. But I needed more. I hacked into Morrison Tech's internal servers. Not difficult when Derek used Morrison123 as his password for everything. Found encrypted folders full of videos from hidden cameras in his office, dozens of women, going back years. I spent sleepless nights editing everything into a documentary. Andrea's story, Derek's confession, the hidden footage, interviews with other victims I'd tracked down through the legal settlements. I titled it The Morrison Files and uploaded it simultaneously to YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, and sent copies to every major news outlet, the FBI, and the state attorney general. Within 6 hours, it had gone viral. Number Morrison Files was trending. Derek's office videos showed up on the evening news. The FBI raided Morrison Tech headquarters that same day. Derek was arrested on federal charges of interstate harassment, illegal surveillance, and racketeering. His father fired him publicly, claiming the family had no knowledge of his actions. Morrison Tech's stock crashed. The company folded within a month. Derek's trust fund was frozen during the criminal investigation. Andrea got job offers from 5 different companies who'd seen her story and wanted to support her. She accepted one, making double what Morrison Tech had offered. The best part? Derek's cellmate was someone I'd helped put away 2 years earlier for a documentary about prison corruption. Small world.